Okay, now we are in live in 1, 2, 3. Hello everybody!
Hello everyone!
Nice to see you again. Benji, it's amazing that you have been able to come to this stream. It seems like you are in a difficult situation.
Yeah, I was Interpol was looking for me. Hopefully I was helped by like a Bezoge holder FBI agent, and I was able to come for the stream. They let me develop. They don't give me food, but they give me a computer.
Oh, so it's like in a real video game company, so
so it's just the same as usual, basically for me.
But it's because the Watcher are the guardian of the prison are Bezoge investors, so I really want to see the game.
They really want to see the game. They're like, I don't know. I think they took me for someone else, but like they are still pissed about the FTX thing. But they want the game to be developed. So yeah, that's me stream.
Amazing. Okay, cool. So today we would like to develop a new weapon, because the one we did the last time just dig us deeper in the trouble. For references, maybe doing an FTX axe with the current with the current state of this company wasn't the best idea to do. So maybe we're gonna do something more positive today.
Yeah, we could. It's maybe too soon for some people.
Yeah, usually we said what? We said 10 years before we can joke about it. I think South Park bring it to 5 years, but
yeah, I think in crypto it's like people have like it's not that they forget faster, it's just that they recover faster or something. And so usually like 3 months later you can.
Yeah, it seems like they recover by burning apply fire to recover faster.
Yeah, it's kind of something like that. So I see that Dasville is in the chat. Hey Daz.
Hi, how are you? If you want to chat directly in vocal, you can directly come on the Bezoge Discord. We are streaming here too, and if you want to speak directly by the mic, there is no problem.
Yeah.
Maybe we could.
Oh, and one thing, kind of in this stream, I mean, I will tell it later, like when more people have time to come, but. One thing we kind of want to do right now is in the game to have like a lot of ideas for like weapons and things like that. I mean, we still already have had a lot from the community, but if you guys have ideas, that's something that's really cool, because like if you things we could develop, maybe either on stream or even not off stream, but we're always looking for some things that are kind of fun, meme, or like have a really, cool look stuff. Basically, we want to create objects in the game that are like super cool to have, and that where you see them, you're like, wow, that's amazing. And so if you guys have any ideas of kinds of weapons, I don't know, like a meme that could be rated, especially if it's like a close range, like if it's like a sword, an axe, or this kind of weapons, because it's relatively fast to integrate into the game. So if anyone has any idea for something like that, we'd love to hear about it.
Okay. So I think I'm going to start a Binance axe, probably.
Even Bitcoin. BitConnect.
There is a bit connect. A bit. You mean a bit? You prefer a Bitcoin?
Bitcoin. Up to you.
No, Bitcoin is because we have suggestion in the chat. I'm sorry, I can't read it now.
No, not yet. The chat. I mean, just as it comes.
But yeah, maybe Bitcoin is more famous. I mean, maybe we should have started. I mean, where it started.
Mm-hmm. And at the same time, there are a couple of things I can do today. Maybe spawn points on the map. We'll see. But first, I will try to make it so that the enemies on the map, when they spawn kind of randomly, they would spawn as groups and not just like individual enemies. And so I think it would make the game a lot more interesting. So when you don't just have one enemy that spawns at a position, but you can have like a group of like, I don't know, 5 trolls or 5 something.
Yeah, it could be amazing.
It could be fun.
Have you seen the video that has been shared about the new fighting technique of the enemies? It was really impressive.
Oh yeah. I don't know if that has been shown to the community yet, but it looks really cool. I think like basically like there's a new skill system in the game, like for weapons, and we use it also for enemies, and it makes them like do really cool attacks and stuff. So that's pretty cool. Okay, I'll just to be able to test, I will create a zone for the enemies so they can spawn. Basically, I'm making so the enemies on the map spawn, the starting zone spawn group. I'll just test one type.
Will it be okay with the performances to have so many enemies?
It should be. I think it should be fine. It should be fine. I think it's more like as long as there are not too many groups. I mean, it's like if you have 5, like right now you have many times 1 enemies, and in the end there won't be that many more. Maybe a little bit more, but I think so far from what I've seen for performances on the server, usually we're completely fine. I mean, we're fine at least. On the computer of the users, I think it's for like the players, it's a bit like on mobile, it's working quite well. Like we did some tests these days on mobile, and we had like pretty good performances. So we won't push it much more, but like anyway, what will happen on mobile is that you won't see stuff that is too far away. So if an enemy is more than like 100 meters away from you, probably you won't. I mean, except if it's a really big enemy, you probably won't see it. So there won't be too much rendering for that. So if you have a couple of enemies, I think that should be fine. Maybe we won't have like huge groups of enemies, but I think if you have like 2 or 3 at least, might make the combat more interesting. But we'll test. I think it will always be, yeah. We always need to test. Hey Michael. Michael's here.
Hi Michael, how are you?
Oh, like there's been saying lightsabers for the weapons. It says like struggling to think of sword axes with beam connections. Yeah, I think maybe lightsaber could be cool. I think. I don't know.
I think it could be cool, but it should be a little bit reinterpreted, not only for right reasons, but because we want to make stuff in the game as unique and fun as possible. So if we do lightsaber, I suppose that we'll
we'll probably have to adapt it a little bit for to the game. But
what could be what could make lightsaber a little bit more fun?
Holy hand grenade seems fitting for Holy Zergist.
Ah yeah, holy hand are always holy grenade are always fun.
Yeah,
by themselves.
I think that should be cool. Like the.
Is there any worse player here? I warn you, I'm ready to defeat all of you.
Yeah, Samuel is actually very good at words.
Yeah, I've been trained by a true psychopath when I was student, and I needed to win in Worms, to have the right to speak in group project. Yeah, it's a true story.
Yeah, that sounds traumatic. I don't know, like.
Yeah, at the beginning it was a huge problem, but when I started to win against him, and I take the lead in our group.
Yeah.
Worms it's when I understand that Worms was the true life. Yeah, Tyler is saying, yeah, I love that idea for like the sync for the hand grenade. Yeah, I think it's cool. It's really basic.
Maybe that could be cool. That would be a fun like ability or something, like throwing a hand grenade or I don't know, throwing like a holy grenade or something.
We could do a holy grenade for the next stream. But as for the lightsaber, we should to think. I mean, the holy grenade in Bezogia should be an item from the holy Zoge, of course. So
Yeah.
we need to find a way to relate it. I think to them.
Yeah.
Maybe we can have the Inquisition grenade to change a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, that. So that's what I was saying. Yeah, Bezoge got the gas bomb. Bezoge could have like a confusion grenade.
Oh yeah. Would make a
That's
lot of
pretty cool.
sense.
Mm-hmm.
We could the laugh in them. I think a lot of items of the Bezoge will look a little bit like thing of the Joker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think a melange, a mix between the Joker and Goblin. I mean, Goblin are already a melange between Goblin and Joker, maybe.
Oh, that makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah, Tyler is asking, are Bezoge cards still going to happen? That's a good question. I think that these days we're kind of focusing on the kind of core game, but that's something we really have in mind. Either within the main game or as a somewhat separate experience. I think that's something we like really want to do. We have some concept for it, and some models and stuff. And so we've been thinking a lot about this. I think it would be a lot of fun to have like a game kind of in the same universe, and so yeah, that's something definitely we have on our mind. I think it's going to happen in some form. The details is like still a bit like a few things are still to determine, but yeah.
There were some things to do first as the rework of the Bezogia to have something something solid for the base of a multiverse.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to see the presentation. I really would like to see the face of everybody when they will discover the new version. I think it's going to be amazing.
Oh, like for the new Bezoge? Yeah. It's always like I'm always so scared of like leaking it, because like in my project like I'm often like working on it, but it's I mean, I don't want to leak it during a stream, so I always have to be careful not to open anything that is related to that.
Yeah, exactly, because you worked with it this morning.
Yeah. I was testing it, so I just had to add it, and then I can remove it, and then I'm always freaking out if I won't like release it by mistake. But that should be fine. That's saying like, yeah, I'm waiting for the fighting pits, but I guess that will be in Zerg. Yeah, it should be in Bezogia. I think that we kind of have the. We'll say I think that like we want some PvP. I think that could be I think the fighting pit would be really cool after kind of a battle royale. We need to see how it can fit with the game. Like need to have like quite, because these things tend to need quite a few players to be like even tested to really make sense even in beta and stuff. Especially if it's like a pretty big thing. I mean, but we could try to have some version of that. I think that could be a cool thing to have integrated to the game, to have like a bit more like, because I think like in the beta test session, people do a lot of PvP. I mean, it's always often always a lot of fun to like try to fight other players and have some cool place for that. I think it makes sense. David Swayze is saying free Benji. Yeah. Like, I know I'm probably not the first guy to say it, but the police got the wrong guy this time.
Did they?
The Bahamas police got the wrong guy.
In the first place, would you trust the Bahamas police?
No, I mean, I think there's even some. I don't know. I think there were a few things about them. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess like some money got like transferred to some government stuff. I mean, maybe it was probably a normal thing, but it was kind of strange.
I don't know if I make a short axe or a full halberd. I think a short axe would be more enjoyable.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I kill more people by accident than I do through dueling. Yeah, I mean, it happens. Especially if you're at high level, you can do quite a lot of damage.
You were speaking about Bezogia. I was.
Yeah. I hope he was speaking about Bezogia. It's like, I kill more people by accident than it work. It's a bit.
I was going to join the conversation, but so.
Yeah, like it's like like a dual wield one hand Bitcoin axe sounds awesome. Yeah, like to have like in both hands you have like one axe.
Oh yeah.
That could be really cool. And actually, you can do that like in the game. Like you can build weapons that would be kind of like double weapons, and you can use them for that.
How double weapons? Only one weapons or?
I mean, it's like a one item in the inventory, and it's kind of duplicated for each hand.
Ah, okay, nice. It's really cool.
Like almost level 50. Nice. I think during the beta we might have to add more levels after the one. I mean, it does get a lot slower after some time. Like to get like the leveling up slows down quite a bit. But yeah.
Sadly, it's a thing that happened in many games.
Yeah.
I think the contrary wouldn't be would give a lot of frustration to everybody. Like if the first levels was super hard to do, and the last really easy.
Yeah, sure. It wouldn't be as fun. Yeah, so that's the same. Like, yeah, I do levels 47 3 times with the XP missing. And so like I used dual wield spears. Yeah, that's a cool thing. Yeah, like you can have like one spear in each hand and kind of like fight super fast. I think it's a pretty cool thing. I think that's why it will be quite useful, because it's kind of OP at the moment. So I mean, like I will try to make the enemies a little bit more OP than they are now. So they tend to be. I mean, when you cannot figure out how to kill them, it gets a bit easier.
Okay, this is going to be the wood part. Oh yes, of course.
Right now I'm making it so that the enemies are like can basically, like if you have a group of enemies, they would have like they could have different paths, but they would like basically right now what they are doing is when they're not fighting, they're kind of working sort of randomly on they create a path for themselves, of places they can go to, and they sort of walk from one place to the other. And since they are like, except if we give them one, but like if we want to add like more enemies on the map, cannot like as groups, we cannot want them to be
to work in the same
stay
direction.
Exactly. Otherwise, it would kind of look a bit messy, and it wouldn't really make sense. So like right now, what I'm doing is basically making them like first you create a path for one enemy, and then you sort of copy that path, but not exactly, so they don't walk exactly in the same position, which would be weird. And so I think that should work pretty well.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's going to be really cool to see Monster Pass.
Yeah. Yeah, it should be cool.
Could we have some? Maybe we could have use this system to have some animals, a group of animals. In the, because we always think about enemy as like true enemies, but we can have enemies that are just we can imagine crypto animals that are meme too. Yeah,
that could be cool.
And they can work exactly as they can be just one another kind of monsters.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Oh, thanks, Farah. We get Benji some stream.
Hi, Farah. As you can see, today we are really following the subjects of the stream.
It's like... Kim Jong-zoji was like a black hole thing you're saying.
Kim Jong-zoji would be amazing. I did a meme about this. But I am afraid if I search him now in my archive, I will show too many things.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But I mean I think we need that in the game somewhere. I think it should be like a really cool. And yeah, now that like.
I think it could be funny if Kim Jong-zoji was a fan of Kim Kardashian, and his plan was to nuke to do something with the nuke. I don't know, but to marry her, like a Borat with nuke.
Yeah. course, Kim Bezoge. I think this at this point, I mean, it's like almost. I mean, we'll have to do it. I think the Kim Bezoge. I think you've won Black Hole Painting. I think for your persistence, I think it might even get into the white paper at some point. But yeah, it's great.
Yeah, I have heard about this so much that for me it's canon today.
Yeah, it's like central to the law. Well, that's pretty cool. So like, they can run off into sunset, like, and get married. Kim Bezoge and Kim Bezoge. So, like the sunset of a nuclear explosion. Yeah, I think that was kind of actually the meme I think you posted at somewhere once. I'm not sure it was on the public Discord.
That remember me a joke about Stalin. I don't know if I can joke about this here, but it's.
It's been more than 10 years, I guess.
Sorry.
It's been more than 10 years, I guess.
yeah, but you know, there is some nostalgic of Great Russia lately, so I don't know.
In different places, you cannot joke about Stalin for different reasons.
But okay, I tell the joke. It's Stalin, and he's in bed with a really beautiful woman, and he's really in love. So he said to her, "Babe, you're so beautiful. Ask me anything." And she said, "Anything? Yeah, anything." And she asked, "Oh, please, Stalin, open the border with the West." And he say, "Oh, little nasty, you want us to be alone?" Okay. Okay, it was before internet, and I was in vacation, and I had a old communist joke book in the library, and it was it. I mean, it was before 9gag and everything.
Yeah, it must be weird for people in America, but like in France, it's like completely normal. It's just a different, slightly different thing, but it's cool. Yeah. Yeah, so like that's what I was saying. Like, there's nowhere on the map we can go. There should be places where there's a certain at our level grouped monster will help. Yeah, I agree. I think overall we'll have faster enemies. I feel like we kind of need to have, like, in some games, you have some kind of dogs that are not necessarily super hard to, like, or wolves or something, that are not super hard to kill if you're at the right level, but they run faster than you, so you kind of have to fight them. And so if you're a noob going to a hard place, you kind of get wrecked by those dogs or something. Just something that makes it really hard to go to some places. I think that makes sense. As well, yeah, I was saying, yeah, we need Kim. I think we need a few Kims at least in the game. I had said that for the Discord too. I don't know what can or can't be implemented for the fight. Yeah, I think like those. I checked that a little while ago, so I think I'll see. But I think I mean, in the combat for the boss fights, we have lots of ideas. We have like quite a few things that are already prepared for the already for the enemies and stuff. So I think we should have quite a lot of freedom of stuff, especially since now there will be more. Like some fights will be in dungeons, so we'll have quite a lot of freedom for. We won't have to worry too much about performances and network and things like that, since it would be just a few players fighting with one enemy, so it should be fine. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, like for saying, like hopefully aggro will be added. That way the whole healer, tank, DPS roles of most MMORPGs will come into play. Then get aggro, healer, heals tank, DPS melt phase, and don't stand in fire. Yeah, I think so too. I think we so far the aggro radius wasn't super big. I think they were quite small for most of our enemies. But yeah, I agree. I feel like they should be larger, and they should mostly be faster. Because right now they're a bit slow. There were like a few reasons for that, like some for the animations and like just to keep the things quite playable in any situation. But yeah, I think making enemies faster with more aggro radius, just more more like you get in trouble if you're in some zones. But yeah, that should make sense. Do you have any ideas, Samuel, for like how we could make the game like so there are like more like areas of the game where it's difficult to go, like if you're not like at a certain level. Like I don't know if we should make places that can be unlocked or locked, but I don't know. Maybe there is. Maybe there's something.
I have an idea. Maybe it's a little bit strange. Imagine when you collect blocks, they are so powerful that it make you 1 point of damage. It's nothing, so it will not really hurt you. And if you collect blocks that are too high level, the damage augment. So it gives you interest to go and farm in places where you. I know the idea is stupid, but
No.
I tell her.
No, it didn't make sense.
But, I think the level of the enemy should be the real challenge to travel. In some games, when the distance where the enemy aggro you depend of the difference of level between them and you. So, for example, in World of Warcraft, when you travel in a too high level zone, the enemies are stronger than you and they see you from everywhere.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
So you have when you're lost in a region that is too high for you, you really have a hard time.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that makes sense. That makes sense.
But I don't know if we can use this technique into Legend of Bezogia.
I think so. I think we could make that at least a bit harder for enemies that are quite far. That were like not like harder to avoid the enemies if they're like a relatively big aggro radius. I mean, if you can run around in a place and kind of survive, I think it's fine. But you should, like, if you're in a place where you're not at the level to survive, you should have to run all the time and be like worried about not getting killed. But yeah, I think that makes sense. Makes sense. Okay, so tests now with a big group of enemies. There has to be some algorithm that recalls the most damage threat and can turn the enemy to the player that's doing the most damage and threat. Yeah, I think a lot of it will be done with the FUD. It's already it always has an impact, but since the aggro is relatively low for any enemies, it doesn't have a huge impact in the game. But basically, so having a high FUD will attract enemies more. I think that's should be a cool mechanics, because like there are some situations, like let's say if you want to be a good tank, you'd probably want to have to be like I'd say Shield Zoji and I don't know, maybe like Shield Zoji and FUD Zoji I think would be a great tank, because you attract the enemies and you also but enemies will attack you because you're FUD Zoji, but like also you don't take too much damage because you're Shield Zoji. I think that would be kind of the perfect tank. Yeah. I think that, I mean, the way I say it, I think it should be a really good combo. But yeah, I mean, I think the aggro we haven't like set it up really well yet, so we need to look a bit more into it. But yeah, I think we could make something interesting. Okay, Michael is asking, can we earn more XP points using some skill in game? For example, if we jump from a high place and receive no damage due to the second jump, and you receive some XP points. That's cool. I mean, that could be cool to have some things in the game that, some kind of little events, little things that are not just combat or quests that make it really interesting for that. That's cool. That's cool. There's like FUD for towns. Yeah, I think the towns is good. I mean, the FUD, basically the spell of the FUD Zoji right now, the FUD horn, is basically is some kind of towns. I mean, we need to check if it works really well in practice. I think maybe like it increases at least your aggro radius and the aggro factor, but maybe we need to check if it's really good for that. But yeah, that's kind of the goal of it. Let me check. Maybe I will look into the aggro radius. Maybe I can make something. Distance. you can still not use it, but the cycles wise, yeah. I mean, you cannot. I think in the game there will probably some kind of breeds that will be better to use to play alone, and some that will be really good. That will kind of need a group to really make sense. But it's like in many games. I mean, if you have a healer and you play alone, you're not. I mean, you can manage. You can still be interesting, but usually it's not the best.
Yeah, leveling in with a priest in the first war was really hard.
Yeah. Density of players to improve its usefulness somewhat. Yeah, I agree. The background music for the stream is beautiful. It's like I'm sitting on the beach in Bora Bora, sipping frozen cocktail, watching the sea wash over the sand. I can't hear it. What music is it?
It's the classical lo-fi working.
Oh yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's always good.
Yeah, and I think it's royalty free.
That's even better.
Which make it, yeah.
I will try to make the enemies have a little bit of a larger aggro radius. I would see if it makes sense, because I think that would be pretty cool. Black Hole was saying, actually I have an app that helps me sleep. The music is very reminiscent of that.
You can sleep if you don't close the YouTube stream.
Yeah.
This is a playlist that is well known to be listened by all the students revising at the last minute before, because it helps to it's songs that help to focus on what you do.
Mm-hmm.
It would be really cool to have a lo-fi playlist for Bezogia.
Oh yeah, that's really cool. That could be cool. Maybe we could see with AV one day.
Okay, it seems that I have the main part of the weapon. What do you think, Benji? Maybe I would like to. Oh no. Okay, forget what I was saying.
Okay. I will increase a bit the radius. Well, this is the basis radius. I mean, it will change depending on the FUD. Right now it's like 10 meters. but which is not that low, but like in a game, when you run super fast, it's not much. How far do you think that I go? Maybe you can try with 30. And then we could make different enemies have different radius, but like just to have a basic view of this. I think 30 is nice.
Okay, what do you think about the weapon, Benji? Does it feel...
Oh, good. Looks cool. What do you guys think, chats? I think it looks cool.
Maybe the... No, I think it's okay.
Okay. I'm just checking, trying to get lost.
Let's go for the destroy.
Like Azrael said, Michael saying looks very cool. Azrael saying looks great. Won't break Benji's balls though. might need work to get that object. It looks very cool. So maybe have Satoshi Nakamoto written somewhere on the weapon, or just the initials like SN.
Oh
yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I can. We can have S and N.
Satoshi Ninja Stars. I'm making a list of like weapons and stuff. Keep that. So.
I have done. I really don't know where this is going. I don't know if we will be able to use it into the game, but I did last weekend a Vitalink in a Breath of the Wild style.
Vitalik.
Exactly. I really think he has the head of a Zelda character. I don't know if you can see it on my stream now. Really, I really don't know where I am going with that, but
I can say it. Vitalik.
You know, I mean, for a stupid joke, I did too far to don't use it now.
So you've been pretty far.
But it's cool, or I don't know. I don't know if
No, it's cool. I think it looks really cool.
and you know, for the back, but it make me think about the system for the backpack, and I don't remember if I've showed this to you because the chain is on a different object.
Okay.
And it should have a pivot, I don't know. But it could be, you see, it could be an attachment on the back. Well, maybe this one is too big, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't know if we're gonna do something from that, but it exists.
That would be something cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, like I think that's like Vitalik. It's nice.
Yeah.
So Michael was saying that that would be cool. Cool backpacks for Bezogies. Yeah, Bezogians. Yeah, the backpack. I think it's yeah, it's nice. I feel like to have backpacks that are kind of original. Because if it just looks like a regular backpack, it's cool, but
yeah,
it won't really bring that much. But yeah.
Maybe it's too big. I'm going for a crash. I'm going for a crash.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Center gravity should be here.
Okay. It's a kind of a stupid issue, but I don't have enough space on my desk. So I'll do a bit of cleanup. But shouldn't be too long.
Oh, I had another idea for Vitalik. It will be just a normal character, but with a 45-degree inclination, and we will call him Vitalik, but like italic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for laughing, Benji. Sorry.
No, I'm appreciative of that jokes. I think it's a. Yeah, no, it's cool. Could be cool, and I feel like in the game, I mean, we could have like a lot of these memes could be like in kind of NPCs and stuff. I mean, that could be cool to have like a few. I don't know, like is it like NPCs? I mean, like we say like in the next couple of days. I mean, we should really integrate the winners of the NPC competition.
Oh yeah.
But, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think that there are some cool ones. I think it will be fully announced. I think probably during JMA. I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, I think that will be a lot of fun to add. Because yeah, NPCs are relatively easy to add, and I think they bring a lot to the game. And when we have the new Bezoges, I think they will look also a lot more interesting when you interact with them. Like the stuff with like the bench shapes, all these kind of things, they look really cool. Like the can make that have them have different expressions on their faces and stuff like that. I think.
Oh yeah.
So now they look a bit static when you talk to NPCs, so it's. I mean, it's fine, but it's not ideal. I think later we could have something much more interesting. Okay, now I have space. Okay, I'm trying to get just the last update for the game before I can test it. Is there anything cool I could add in the meanwhile when it's loading? Like what we'll test in a couple of minutes is the distance, the groups of enemies, the aggro distance. Oh yeah, the death spawns on the map. I mean, maybe I could add some temporary. Like anyway, we'd probably have some prefabs. We'll have in the. I mean, next week we'll add the respawn places on the map. But right now, I could already add a few. Like in kind of places, I would make a prefab and we'll be able to use that.
Okay, I'm going to first bake geometry and second colors.
Oh, and will you do like the maps for the? I mean on the objects, like for the textures, for the effects and the blue.
Yeah, I really would like.
Yeah, I can show you.
I make. I already did it once for the armor. Can you tell me if it seems to you that it has been done right?
Let me check. Which one was it? Like which?
I don't remember when I sent it to you. I'm sorry.
Like the helmet and the.
But
Oh yeah, I see the one for the new Bezoge.
yeah, but I'm sure that
Okay, I won't share this.
there was a lot of things to improve on it. I'm sure.
I mean, it's fine. I think anyway we can test, and even on your version of the project, there is already the stuff for that.
Do you remember when you complained that people who have not been really attentive to the tutorial you made? And I was saying, yeah, it's
no. Okay, now that's interesting. Like it's like okay. I mean, maybe groups of level 100 doors on the starting zone is not the best level design, but like this is not.
I think, to be fair, I was expecting the stream, so you will probably tell me how exactly it works.
Yeah. Don't worry. I'll show you. Whenever you. So what we need. Anyway, it's not rocket science. I'll check at the same time on my stream. So basically.
I'm far from this point.
Yeah.
If you make the first texture, and maybe you could help me at this point.
Yeah, sure. Well, like the groups of enemies seem to work. I've made like groups of those. I mean, they should maybe stay a bit further apart, but because otherwise it looks a bit strange sometimes.
Bitcoin hacks.
So like you can look, and I mean it will be in a few seconds for you, but like on my screen you can see like groups of those, and if I grow one, then I do the other group. Yeah, if they can, they're not too bad. And so I think that that's kind of mean, having like 3 huge enemies at the same place is maybe not best, but
Here we go. At the beginning, I found I think the Vitalink could be like the angel in World of Warcraft that revive people when they are too lazy to go back to the corpse. I think it could be like a kind of guardian of everything that is related to Ether. The Ether Shrine, Ether Temples.
yeah, it could be like kind of a wise man on top of the mountain. Yeah.
Start looking good.
I felt like, don't you think like in the game it would be fun to have like, some kind of like, kind of Twitter being some kind of magic, like the...
with the bird we can have like a Twitter effect.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Like maybe, I'm not sure, maybe not on Bitcoin, but like on some enemies or something, like, I don't know, maybe there could be some, or like you could have like some old NPCs on the map telling you like about the magic of Twitter that corrupts, that can also corrupt people, but like that is powerful, and like, I don't know, Elon Musk is kind of the source of that energy, or I don't know.
I mean, it's funny because now he really is.
Yeah, no, for sure. He's like is the source of the...
He's the source of the corruption, or is he fighting it? Or maybe, like in the lore of the Empire of Warhammer, where you have the chaos, and people who look too deeply into the chaos, even to fight it, turn mad and turn to be themselves the chaos. Maybe the Wellon could be like that.
Mm-hmm.
And the Twitter can be the warp.
Yeah.
Sorry for my English. Sorry. He's not famous usually, but now at the end of the week, it's a fucking shame. I'm so sorry.
I totally get it.
I'm so tired that I spoke in French to everybody that is non-Chinese. For now that I'm working with a Chinese team, everyone who is like in Europe should speak French.
Yeah.
I don't know if you already had this effect.
Yeah, no, for me it was weird. I mean, I was like, I don't know, like when I came back from China, I kind of felt like everybody were like foreigners, and so I kind of felt like I still sometimes speak English randomly to people, or say stuff in Chinese. So like a few expressions and stuff, and then I'm like, or like I make Chinese noises too. That's something to get used to. Because there it's like completely acceptable, but here it's a bit weird.
I make Chinese noise when I'm eating, but it's never been acceptable.
Like, yeah, that's what I was saying. I don't mind a group of level 100 Doge in the starting zone. Yeah, I mean that would be, I mean, like wrong neighborhood when you get to the game for new players. But I think that would be cool to have, like, I mean, I don't know, groups of trolls or groups of like small enemies. or like not super high level yet. You have to pay until we have to pay for durability, damage, anyway. Yeah, I think at that time maybe people would mind a bit more like this kind of thing. And can't wait, looks fun fight. Jump on one, dodge it, hit down. Yeah, I mean you can, but like if you have only one enemy, you can kind of like sometimes jump on their head and stuff. But like if you have a few of them, it gets a bit more challenging. Shit. And we could have like groups of enemies that are like different kinds and make it a bit more random. This was just for testing, but that's. I mean, I think that would be pretty fun to have. I mean, we had kind of that feature already sort of implemented, but we kind of had to tweak it a bit, and I think now it should be interesting. I would add a few places on the game like that. And me, I forgot your name, like the actual name, but like it's supposed to say, pardon my Chinese. Nice to see you. Yeah. What should we? Samuel, do you think we should? Because like we have still have quite a few of the old enemies in the game. Maybe I could try to start like setting up some of the new ones. Like there were like a few that we haven't added yet.
Thank you. Sorry, no. If you think it could be useful, don't as you want. Please don't. But I would like to use your shader for the enemies.
Okay.
Because your shader is a good. I think it's a good way to make things to level 1 to 100 with everything being different.
Yeah.
So I think we really I'm glad that we have this stream together because I really want to understand how it works. And in 3 or 5 minutes I will be to the point where you can explain to me what I have to do.
Okay, cool. Like, you mean the weapon shader? To use it also for the enemies?
I think, but like, maybe we could trick it a little bit for that, but to use the same, to have the same way of thinking.
Yeah,
what I mean?
I agree. To make them look fancier when they're like higher level. I think that's yeah, that makes sense. Maybe what we could try to do is basically what we could do is a mix between the new Bezoge shader for the enemies and basically a mix between the new Bezoge shader and the shader of the weapons. So they kind of fit like in the same universe as the new Bezoges. Without saying too much about it, but
I
make them
something like that. But maybe we can do an enemy for the next stream. It could be cool.
Yeah.
Maybe we can start looking at the animals we was speaking about. But if I arrive to finish with your shader, the weapon today. Oh, did I forget that? Have you seen why the gas ghost was flying?
I didn't see.
No, you know the green ghost, the skeleton at one point.
Yeah.
You spoke about this to me.
Yeah. At some point we had this issue. I think now it's fixed. I think he had another rigid body in his bones, or like maybe some of the colliders were not like kinematic or something like that, or like not triggers, and basically it made it as if, you know, his hands were part of the physical part, and like it was basically making it move. I don't know, created some weird thing, and with the animation, and it made it like fly away, which was quite fitting. I mean, with the game, but like was a interesting behavior, at least for the
I forget one part of the model. A little bit stupid on this one.
So Michael is saying my French teacher was good. She only spoke to the class in French, so it was confusing at the beginning. Yeah, can imagine. I mean, French is not an easy language, especially even when you're French. It's like, me as actually giving sport. Yeah, I forgot about it. So
who think French is a useful language?
Yeah, Michael is like, I mean, apparently he learned French at some point.
Oh, that's amazing!
Why did you do that to yourself?
What?
No, French is like it's a great language.
Yeah. You say that for you just want to bring peace in the live stream. Yeah, I always try to convince that we should work directly in French in the team, but somehow people prefer to speak the language they all learned and all.
Yeah, it's a way to learn French. Okay. Was working. I can try to try to add a few more enemies.
I will not break all my project with that.
Maybe I can try. Maybe I can start making a shader that looks cool for some of the enemies. Which enemy do you think it makes sense to start? I mean, it could be a new one or any.
Maybe the bear. I think the bear would make sense because you know he has all the fur. So if we use the vertex shader.
Oh yeah, that will look cool. That will look very cool. Yeah, I'll do that. And texture. Yeah, it's cool. We have the ambient occlusion. With the ambient occlusion, actually, like what I've noticed is like for this kind of effects, I mean on the weapons, there's quite a lot of cool information from it that you could use to add some effects. So it makes it feel like it's kind of powerful because you have like both like dark in some. Basically, ambient occlusion is like what makes is kind of a thing that makes object darker in some places that are like more in the shadow, and so it adds more depth to objects, 3D objects. But like we can also use this, basically the information from it to make to use like on other parts of shaders to make things look like they are kind of magical. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah, and we spoke about it for weapons to make, you know, the, I don't know if you remember, to make the shards that could be flying on crystal weapons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's very fun. What you say is very funny, Paul, but I won't read it just in order to save diplomacy. For the sake of diplomacy. Do you think for the enemies we should have add like for the breeds of the enemies? Maybe they could have just one. Like the Bezoges have like four old places, but maybe on the enemies, I mean the visual one, maybe we could just.
Yeah, Maybe we should talk again at one moment about this story of breed and what we do for that. Exactly.
Okay.
Because I think we need to do some tests before. Because
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I want to propose things to you, but I'm not sure it will work easily. So I don't want to. I don't want to propose you things that are annoying to do.
Yeah, sure. I mean, we could. I think there's. Okay, I'll check. Let's see.
I'm going to clean this later.
Let me check. Yeah, it crashed for a second on Twitch, saying.
Sorry, everybody.
Are we still sure? It seems like we're still live, technically.
Technically. Okay, perfect. I mean, technically is the best. Truly, technically is the best thing way to be true.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, that seems to be working fine. Like people are saying in the comments, yeah, say that again. All good. Okay, cool. Thanks, guys.
Cool, guys. I'm sorry. My internet is pretty bad the last times. I don't really know why. I know it's stuff related to. I mean, they are building creating new building around. So maybe there is some cut sometimes.
Yeah. Paul was asking like, any chance that we might see collapsing cave instances? I mean, in the instances, yeah, we could have like events like when we're like stuff like the lava that goes up, or like the cave that collapses and stuff. I mean, we'd have to figure out a few things, but I think that would be definitely cool things to have in instances. Just turn on the light because I'm kind of.
Yeah, walking the dark side is. It's never really far here.
Okay. Do I try to make the? I mean, if you want, maybe we could try to think about, because like with the shaders, I feel like we could do a lot of things for the enemies. But I'm not sure what you think would be best.
I think the best things will be to be able to have them in different breed, and but it would be cool if we can choose the color of the breed for each enemies. I think for the beer, for example, we would like to have a polar beer, brown beer. I'm not sure we need to have a red, green beer in general. I don't know what you think about that yourself.
Yeah, I think that's a good question indeed. I mean, I kind of feel like we could try to make them because basically, if they have like colors and stuff, I think it should be more on like, I mean, let's say like on the bear, we shouldn't make it like a blue bear. So that would kind of a bit weird. But if the bear is dressed with some blue stuff,
exactly.
That kind of makes sense.
Because I think in the future we have a lot of enemies which have like how to say that they have a metallic part or thing like this. Maybe we're gonna need to think some. Maybe we're gonna adapt the new enemy to this new system to start with.
Yeah.
And after we could figure a way to put it on the. It's true that if you don't have any metallic pieces on enemies, having this kind of shader is not really useful.
Yeah, I mean, maybe what we could make it is like sometimes if like, I mean, like for instance, for the bear, we could make it like, so that kind of the fur looks like there's some energy in it.
Oh yeah, okay, I see. Oh yeah, it would be amazing.
It would be like something very, very light and nothing too obvious. But like when you see it, you kind of feel like, okay, there's some. Yeah, it's not just like a normal bear. It has something magical to it.
We could have like energy beer.
Yeah.
Energic beer. I think we are going somewhere.
But yeah, I mean, we can check that at some point.
Because for all the skeletons, they have the armor directly into the model. Maybe you spoke about including new model. Maybe we can start with the skeleton, the Dodge skeleton.
Yeah. This one I have in the game. It's mostly. Okay. I will add it. Maybe I will. Yeah. Should I rig it again? Like, should I make some more rig it again? Or the rig was okay?
Oh, you shouldn't try to mix some of him.
Okay.
Okay. Forget the forget the dodge at this point. But it is because it's a little bit complicated. But I have redo him on the model of the first dodge. So it should be already good for the game. Normally.
Okay. The one I have on my version, or
probably.
Okay.
I think you're gonna see it directly if it's not okay.
Okay. So I'll rename it Skeleton Douche. this one. I think the colors we assign to the monster based on the level gap needs boosting. At the minute, there feels not much difference between fighting and orange or red. Yeah, there are plenty of else, so maybe that needs damage boosts for them, where it should be pretty deadly. Also, an easy way to keep players on first chain pass, you want them to have is level dependent. Yeah, I think. I mean, I kind of feel like we could maybe reduce a bit the health again, or like at least increase the damage. Kind of goes, I think. Yeah.
Okay, Benji, I think I have the model. I'm going and the texture. I'm going to save it, and I'm ready to know how to import that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's nice. So to import it,
or maybe at this point, because the stream is really soon finished, I can just screen it and we look at
yeah,
that
I mean
together.
for this part, and we can have a look at it together. Yeah, makes sense.
I think it's the first time that we are done in the 2 hour in the mandatory 2 hours of stream.
Yeah. I should make a little video for the groups of enemies.
Yeah, I'm going to post this on the social media. But what do you think? I think we really see the Bitcoin. I hope people will really see it.
Yeah.
To the axe.
I think it looks cool. I think it looks really cool.
And have you finished what you was doing? I can stay. I can stay again a little bit.
Yeah. I finished most of it. I was like, the main thing was to make the groups of enemies. Looked a bit into adding one or two more enemies, but like we finished that. At some point we can figure out a bit for the shader. I think you have kind of had a good things from the community. I think we should make the breeds of the enemies a bit more clear. I think it had a stronger ability before. now. Maybe we need to
Yeah,
adjust a little bit.
enemies are so important in the game.
Yeah. But I mean,
Maybe I can.
yeah, no, it's fun. I mean, I'll probably make the image with like okay. I made him always spawn with groups of three of them, but like.
Oh yeah, we said that we want to put the initial of the creator of the Bitcoin on the axe somewhere. It was NS, if I remember correctly.
SM. Satoshi
sorry.
Nakamoto. Oh, wouldn't it be cool to have like a weapon that is like, you know, like a Bitcoin, like, you know, a very small fraction of Bitcoin is called a Satoshi.
Ah, like a fraction.
Yeah, a fraction of a Bitcoin is like maybe we could I don't know. Maybe we could have maybe not on this one, but like if we make another weapon, like a small.
Yeah, I think we can have the Bitcoin. We can do a lot of weapon with only from one universe. I mean, there is no problem to have a Bitcoin sword, a Bitcoin axe. I mean, yeah, we can. What? So Satoshi is a portion of Bitcoin.
Yeah, I mean, Satoshi Nakamoto is the name of the creator. I mean, we don't really know who he is. The Satoshi, I think, is 1/10 to the -9 Bitcoin, or like it's 1 billionth of a Bitcoin or something like that.
But with this name, I feel like we could try to make a Japanese inspiration weapon.
Yeah. I think that could be cool. To have like a Satoshi or something. And I also feel like, I mean, I think there are lots of things we could do with the Bitcoin. Like it's like the, you know, like the how does it, like brass list or something like that. Something, you know, like having the in French we call it point américain.
Oh yeah, I see. I see it. Yeah, but do you think it could be cool on the Bezoge?
Yeah, I think it looks like it would cool. It would look cool as just a model independent, but I feel like on Bezoge we would see it, and it would be kind of awkward with the animation. But
maybe we can have the same idea, but with it's not tonfa. But you know, you have some kind of things that are like American fist, and but with sword after hit.
Oh yeah, I see.
It's like an
Indian like a kata or something.
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm just taking the screen and sending them to Farwa.
Yeah, I'll do that too.
And which means that the stream is over. Where are you? Let's go. Here.
Trying to find some douche for my screenshots.
I'm going to try to do a GIF after the next meeting. So, but it's really cool. It go very well with the FTX axe. I think we are going in the right direction for the weapon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really happy to show this to the other artists. Cool, thank you everyone for following
Thanks, everyone.
this stream, even if my English was really low level, at least you had Benji to speak normally. And see you really soon for other things
See
for
you
the
guys.
island of Bezogia.
Yeah.
Bye everyone.
Bye, everyone.